All right, so this is number 3 on the worksheet. You have 30 over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 5x. And it's rational, so you need to get everything to one side. I'll move everything to the left, get a common denominator, combine your fractions, and then work with your sign analysis. So you have 30. Get rid of that. All right, this is number 3 on the sign analysis worksheet. You have 30 over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 5x. So this is a rational function. You have a fraction. You want to move everything to one side, set it equal to 0, and combine your fractions, and then pick your key points from there. So the first step I'm going to do here is move the 5x over. So you have 30. Oh, I want to change colors, sorry. All right, so you have 30 over x minus 1 minus 5x is less than or equal to 0. So it's really important that you're less than or equal to 0 because that's how the sign analysis works, okay? Because you're looking for positives and negatives. So it's got to be either greater than 0, less than 0. It can't be 1 or 2 or anything else. All right, now we need to combine our fractions. So the common denominator is x minus 1. You have 30 over x minus 1 minus 5x times x minus 1 over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. Okay, so combine your top. You have 30 minus 5x squared plus 5x over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. All right, so I distributed the 5x, distributed the negative. Now I've combined like terms. I'm going to rewrite it as negative 5x squared plus 5x plus 30 over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. All right, factoring is easier if you pull out the common factors first. I'm going to pull out a negative 5 because I like factoring with x squared positive. So negative 5 times x squared minus, not a 5, minus x minus 6 over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. Factor it, you have negative 5, x minus 3, x plus 2, over x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. So this is our factored form. This is what we're going to do the sign analysis with, and look at the positives and the negatives. So our key points for that one, set the numerator equal to 0, set the denominator equal to 0. So key points are 3, negative 2, and positive 1. When I put those on the number line, I have negative 2, 1, 3. The 3 and the negative 2 get filled in circles because those are on the top. You can equal those, okay? Those can equal 0. But the 1 on the bottom cannot equal 0 because that's going to give us a number over 0 for our answer, which is not an answer. Now I'm going to do sign analysis in these 4 zones that we have. We have less than negative 2, between negative 2 and 1, between 1 and 3, and then greater than 3. So if I plug in a number less than negative 2, let's say negative 10, this one right here is always going to give us a negative. That negative 5 is going to give us a negative to multiply by. Now if I plug in a negative 10, this is negative, and that's negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives give me a positive. Now I want to move on, look at something in between negative 2 and 1, so I'm going to pick 0. Again, this one is always going to be a negative no matter what we plug in. 0 minus 3 is negative, 0 plus 2 turns into positive, and 0 minus 1 is negative. So now I have 1, 2, 3 negatives, which gives this section a negative. Okay, then you're going to look in between 1 and 3. So I'll pick 2, always a negative. 2 minus 3 will give you a negative. 2 plus 2 gives you a positive. And then 2 minus 1 gives you a positive. So we're going to turn this one into positive. So 1, 2 negatives, that makes this positive. And then lastly, we're going to plug in something bigger than positive 3. Okay, negative 5 stays negative, plug in something bigger, this one turns positive, and everything else is already positive. So that becomes negative. Now, our original equation is asking, or way up here, it's asking when is this equation less than or equal to 0? So when is this equation negative? Okay, it's negative right here in this region, or that interval, and then it's negative right here. So to write our interval notation, from negative 2 to 1, including the negative 2, not including the 1, in union with 3 to infinity, including the 3, not including the infinity. So that's my answer.